Hello, this is Lorenz Kohler, and you're speaking on Soccer Laduma TV. We are with Odion Ighalo, the Nigeria striker, the top scorer of the AFCON 2019 qualifiers, and the current top scorer of the AFCON 2019 finals. So, Odion, thank you for taking your time to speak to Soccer Laduma TV. I just want to know, what was the initial expectations for Nigeria at AFCON 2019?
Well, before the tournament, the expectation was very high because Nigerians they love football, and because of the way we qualified after losing our first game to South Africa, then we went all out to qualify even with a game at hand. So they were expecting very high. But for me, before the tournament, I said if we get to semi-final or final, I think we achieve a lot with this young and team that is growing and working hard. So I think the expectation is quite high, but I'm happy we got to the semi-final. Though it was a painful defeat yesterday, losing at the last minute is kind of bad, and mentally for the player it's not easy. But this is football, so we have to keep going.
It was your 15th semi-final as the Nigeria national team. Like you said, it was a painful moment. Obviously, most of you guys were expecting to go to the extra time. But can you, as a personally, you can't speak on behalf of the team, but personally, how did that feel before Mahrez was standing on that ball? Because you know he's one of the best players in the world. He's a potential candidate for African Footballer of the Year. How did it feel before and after that went in, especially given the fact that you guys were on the other end in the quarterfinals?
Well, I felt so bad, even when we conceded that free kick there, my mind was not okay because it's a dangerous position. And for a very good left footer like Mahrez, it's going to be difficult for him not to score in that kind of position. But this is what football is. We won South Africa, we scored 88 minutes or 87 minutes, and the same thing happened to us yesterday. So it's football, we have to take it in, suck it in, then get ready for the next game.
You spoke about having a very youthful squad. What did you make of their performances, especially somebody like Samuel Chukwueze, who's possibly the latest wonder kid of African football? How proud of you are you as one of the leaders in the team, and how far do you think this young team can possibly go with the Super Eagles?
Yeah, I'm very proud of the young guys. Not only Chukwueze, we have Victor Sime, we have Onyekuru, we have Simon, we have a lot of young guys in this team. They are the future of Nigerian football. I think in the next 10 years, they're still going to be playing for this team. I'm proud because you can see when one generation is going and you're looking forward to even more brighter generation coming in. Not every country that have that, when good generation go, then you see another brighter generation. So I'm happy. I just want them to keep their head low, keep working hard, keep believing in themselves. They have a long way to go.
After the World Cup, personally, you probably didn't have the best tournament that you expected to have. And in the media, there was talk of death threats. How did you turn that around as a professional footballer? And how did you deal with that personally? Because, I mean, it's something serious to happen to you in your career.
Well, people that knows me that I'm very calm guy. I don't like problem. I don't let things around the world affect me that much. After the World Cup, I've got death threats. Some say a lot of things about my kids. So I was not really happy because that was beyond football. So I called the coach that I'm not coming back to the national team. I want to stop. So he talked to me that no, you don't have to stop. You're still a good player. It can happen to anybody. Don't mind what people are saying. Focus. Come back. Come and score goals for us and all that. My wife, my mom, they don't want me to come back because they say no, this is beyond football. Threatening your lives, threatening life of your kids, saying bad stuff about your wife, about your kid is beyond football. But as a professional, I've lived with criticism. I've been playing professional football for long, so criticism is part of football for me, but not going beyond football and going to my family. But when I talked to coach and I told my wife, coach have talked to me. I would like to go. My wife said, "Well, you are a very strong guy, so I will just support you whatever you want to do."
But is that potentially something that spurred you on, that motivated you to like, it's it's death threats, but it's also over the top criticism, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that spurred you on, and how much of an influence did Gernot Rohr personally have over you returning and turning your national team career around?
Well, for me, is everybody that knows me, I give 100% in everything I do, whether win or lose. Even in my club side, I give everything. So it was not just meant to be in the World Cup. But I soak it in, and whatever people said, I didn't say a word to anyone. I just concentrate on mine, and I believe that I can score goals when I have the opportunity. Just because it didn't happen in the World Cup means I'm a bad player. So I think I would thank Genetro for the confidence. Even after that, in the media in Nigeria, they say you should not invite me anymore. But he said, "Well, for now, you're still one of the best striker we have. I have to call you and all that." For him calling me and even starting me in games, then I think I paid him back with the qualification ticket to the AFCON, which we are participating now. And I'm very happy, and I want to thank him too much for that.
You now 32 years old? 30 years old? Um, what's next for Odion Ighalo? Are you targeting the next AFCON? Potentially Qatar 2022? And obviously, you the most prolific striker in African football at the moment, so you must be excited.
Well, I'm excited not only for me but for the team. We've achieved great. Don't want to go to the finals, but being in semi-final today, nobody give us the chance to be where we are today. So we are happy to be where we are today. And for me, I just want to finish this tournament, continue with my club career. In the national team, we'll see what happens. But you're talking about Qatar is in 4 years' time or 3 years' time, so I'm not really thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna be here that time. Even the next 2 years, I don't know if I'm gonna be here. I don't think so. Yeah. My body have to give me sign. So, and it's difficult for me to travel long way from China, and every time I need some days off to relax. So I just want to finish this tournament. Hopefully we come third, then I go back and continue my club career. Then we'll see how it goes.
Speaking about your club career, there was talk of FC Barcelona in January. How did that come about? Where were you informed about that? And how, how does one say no to FC Barcelona?
Well, I've said this before, and I'm saying it again, because I was in Nigeria on holidays then, when my agent called me and told me about it and all that. But we look at the bright side of it. I scored 21 goals in the Chinese Super League, and I have like 4-5 teams want me, even though my team relegated. 4-5 top teams want me. Some teams in England want me. Two or three want me. But I thought going there, I know I'm not going to play because they're just looking for a backup striker for Suarez. I know I'm not going to play, so I just said, there's no need for me going there to sit down on the bench for 6 months. Then 6 months finish, what's the next step for me if I don't play? No team is going to buy you, give you the kind of money you want. Then I got offer from Shanghai for 3 years contract. I'm 30 years old now. I have to think about my future and the future of my family. It's better for me to sign 3 years contract than to sign 6 months contract. So I go for that. So people might say you are crazy. No, I played in Europe for 10 years. I'm not in that top, but I'm satisfied for what I've done, for what I've achieved. So I don't really care what is the name of the club. I just think what's good for me and for my family.
So, before the tournament, when Clarence Seedorf, the manager of Cameroon, he spoke about the Chinese Super League, players in the Chinese Super League not being quite up to international standard. I think Benjamin Mukanjo was one of the guys on the receiving end with that statement. How does it feel knowing that you, a star in the Chinese Super League, knocked out the reigning champions. And does that prove anything to Seedorf?
Every human on earth have his own opinion, you know. So somebody's opinion does not define me, does not define who I am, you know. That is his own opinion. I'm playing in Chinese Super League. I even work more harder than when I was in Watford, because in Watford we have players, everybody do their job. But in Chinese, we have only 3 foreigners playing. So all your teams believe in you. So you have to do twice your job for you to do better, you know. So he said that what he want to say. You see, Basongo is one of the best player in Africa. He's in China doing well. He's one of the best player in this tournament. Very fast, very quick. You know, I'm playing in China. I'm here in the national team. I do well. I was the top scorer in the qualifiers. Now, again, so it does not matter where you play. It's your commitment and what you bring to the team and what you give. I'm playing with this team now. As I am now, I have some teams want me back now in Europe and all that, you know. But because of the work I'm putting in, not because of where I play, you understand? That's it.
So you also mentioned that you played in Europe for 10 years. Can you explain how it compares, like the level between the Premier League and the Chinese Super League? I know you said it's hard work, but I spoke to a journalist. They just said maybe the goalkeepers aren't up to standard. What do you say about that?
Well, you can't compare Chinese League with the Premier League. Premier League is the best for me in the world. Chinese League is still growing, you know. It's still growing. They need time. A lot of foreign managers going there, a lot of foreign players to build the league, which is growing every year. More technical people, more technical team, more technical coach, bringing different ideas to the team and all that. And I'm happy to be participating in Chinese League. So I'm happy.
So obviously in the semi-final you came off rousing wins of Cameroon and South Africa. Did you guys honestly think that this was the year to repeat 2013?
Well, we thought about that a bit because, you know, when you're winning, you feel everything can happen, you know. They will win Cameroon, they will win South Africa. We thought everything can happen, you know. But we played a much, much better side yesterday. They are a very good side, Algeria. No disrespect, but we deserve more because I think first half we didn't do much better, but second half I think we are the better team. We did well, and we're hoping to go to extra time, which we feel we would have gotten more chance because they're a bit tired and we were all out yesterday. But little mistake yesterday, free kick, and they scored that 9 minutes. It was a painful one, but life goes on. We have to continue working hard and giving our best, you know.
So you played against Bafana Bafana. How does their level? They've got 17 domestic players in their squad. How does their level compare to having played against Cameroon and Algeria and some of the teams in the group stages that you faced?
Bafana Bafana is one of the best teams in this tournament, you know. Like I say, it does not matter where you play. It's your commitment and what you bring to the team, how you want it, you know, how you fight hard to win a game. Bafana Bafana, you see what they did to Egypt. Even before the game, I was scared of them because they have very fast players. They have very good team, technical players. They play good football. So they have a good team. And I can see that team, if they keep those teams together, keep working out and bringing, I think they have a team for the future too, you know, because they did so well. And I respect them.
So what do you think is the difference between South Africans and Nigerians in terms of that going abroad and actually excelling abroad?
Yeah, because South Africa have a good league. So I think some of them are more comfortable in the country, you know, playing in their league because they earn good money too and all that, you know. We Nigerians, our league are not up to standard like South African league. So the players want to go out to Europe to prove themselves, to make more money, to be more exposed and all that. Why South Africa, they just want to, some of them are comfortable playing their country because they earn almost the same thing people earn in Europe. I think that's the difference.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much.